me looking for his services. Brandon Williams, he's going to get paid like Damon Harris of the Giants did last year. Somebody's going to pick him up as a run stopper. Pierre-Paul, he put together a nice little season last year before he ended up getting hurt at the end of the year, about 8 sacks. And he's only going to get better as he learns how to play with that mangled hand of his. So he'll get paid here in the offseason, most likely end up leaving the Giants. But you never know. He could end up staying. Number 11, Jamie Collins, Cleveland Browns. I'm pretty sure I heard that they're working out a deal or had worked out a deal. Yeah, Jamie Collins worked out a 4-year contract, so he'll be staying in Cleveland. Number 12, Kevin Zeitler of the Bengals, the guard. Lots of offensive line people need out there. He's 26 years old. It's just going to come down to, can Cincinnati pay what everybody else is going to try and get out of him? 13, Stephon Gilmore of the Buffalo Bills. Top-rated corner on this list for Mr. Rosenthal. Kind of underproductive there for Buffalo. Had some injuries. Really hasn't lived up to the hype as he came out of South Carolina in the draft. A.J. Boy, he had a great year this year in the top-rated defense in the league. But it was 1 year, and unfortunately I think a lot of teams are going to pay him like they wanted to pay Josh Norman, and they're going to get not what their money is worth. Dante Hightower, a lot of people are speculation that he's leaving town there in New England. I think that very well could happen because of the price tag he is going to demand. Dontari Poe, like I said, I think he ends up staying in Kansas City, but he could move on. A team like Denver would be really interested in having a nice athletic big man who could control the front. Martellus Bennett, he very well could move on. I could see him going back to New York. I could see him playing in Dallas again. I could see him staying in New England. He's going to be a commodity as a pass-catching, blocking tight end. I mean, he's 6'8", 270, runs a 4.5, pretty good hands. Led the Patriots in touchdown grabs this year. So 18, Deshaun Jackson, I think he moves on. I think he leaves Washington. 19, Terrell Pryor of the Cleveland Browns. Ultimately, I think he stays in Cleveland. 20, TJ Lang. Unfortunately for TJ Lang, the last time we saw him, he was being carted off the field with a leg injury. But as one of the better guards in the league, I think he could end up leaving Green Bay. He's stated he wants to stay in Green Bay, but it's hard to pass up a large payday, and he very well could be looking at one. Nick Perry of the Green Bay Packers, I think he moves on. I think he gets paid to move on somewhere else. Tremaine Johnson of the Los Angeles Rams, number 22 on this list. I think ultimately he stays with the Rams and they go ahead and give him a long-term deal. However, it would be interesting, like Mr. Rosenthal writes here, for him to team back up with Greg Williams in Cleveland. Tony Jefferson, the Cardinals safety, he probably ends up moving on because he'll get paid. Ricky Wagner, Baltimore Ravens tackle, I think ultimately he stays in Baltimore. And number 25 on this list, Barry Church of the Cowboys, he probably ends up re-signing with Dallas as he's not really a hot commodity, and that defense wasn't all that great last year, especially not in the secondary. Other notable omissions that Mr. Rosenthal has on his list: Eddie Lacy, the running back from Green Bay; Riley Reif, the tackle from Detroit; Kenny Britt, wide receiver, Los Angeles; Jonathan Hankins, defensive tackle from the Giants; Mike Glennon, the quarterback from Tampa Bay, who will get picked up somewhere else; Andrew Whitworth, the tackle, he left him off because of age, but he is going to get paid to go somewhere else; Chris Baker, defensive end from Washington, most likely stays in Washington, but teams are going to be looking out for that; Larry Warford, the guard from Detroit, he probably will get the top money of any free agent guard on the market. DeMarcus Ware, the outside linebacker in Denver, he'll either stay in Denver or move back to Dallas or retire, in my opinion. Jabal Shear, defensive end from New England Patriots, talked that maybe there's interest there for him in Detroit. A lot of the expatriates, there's talk that they'll end up in Detroit because of the Bob Quinn connection. LeGarrette Blount, he's probably going to move on if he gets the right deal. Otherwise, why leave the Patriots? You guys still have a chance to get that next Super Bowl. And then the last one he mentions as an omission is T.J. McDonald, the safety from the Rams, who quite possibly could get paid very well this offseason as well. So those are the players that he has listed in his top 25. Now, from that, what I did for the fan poll, I just took a random selection of guys and, put it out there. I took 5 players off of his list: Le'Veon Bell, Eric Berry, Calais Campbell, Dante Hightower, and Chandler Jones. And I simply said, he has this list of free agents. Who is the one free agent you hope your team gets? If it's not one of these guys on this list, make a comment for a different choice. Poll results are in. Just around 100 votes came in, and this, has only been out there for a few days, but a little over 100 votes. And the number one free agent out of the 5 listed that everybody would be most interested in having would be Le'Veon Bell. Makes sense, but like I said, the likelihood of him leaving Pittsburgh is very slim to none. Next highest on the list, and this is who I personally voted for, was Eric Berry. I would love to see Eric Berry and Glover Quinn as the safeties for Detroit. He came in second in this poll with 35% of the vote, and we actually got a comment from a writer from the Green Bay Packers.com who reached out, talked about how the Packers really shouldn't have interest in Eric Berry. And he was responding to a Packers fan who had wrote, I'd love to see him back there. I said, that'd be a real good fit with Clinton Dix back there and Eric Berry. That'd be something else to see. And the writer went on to explain, why they really wouldn't want to go that direction. Eric Berry's age, uncertainty in the health, some of the other guys that they have, the younger rookie who played well last year. Sorry, his name is escaping me right now. So he didn't think that the Packers would be leaning towards that direction, especially since historically they don't go out and spend a lot of money on free agents. Coming in third on this list in this poll was Chandler Jones with 15% of the vote. Dante Hightower with 6% of the vote, and then Calais Campbell with 5% of the vote, which kind of surprised me. It just goes to show, people like the flashy players. They like the names they know, but if it's a guy down in the trench, that's not going to be the big splash everybody wants to see. But that's how the poll results broke down. Out of these 5 guys, ranking them for what my favorite team, the Lions, need and would want, I would go, we need a running game desperately. So probably Bell 1, Campbell 2, Jones 3, Hightower 4, and Berry probably 5. Even though I did vote for Berry, that's my excitement pick, having that exciting secondary guy back there. But in order of need and position, we definitely need a running game to work out next season. We don't necessarily need a running back to do that. If Abdullah stays healthy, if Reddick is healthy, we need a power guy. We need a power guy. That almost makes me rethink the order. I think I would go probably pass rusher, defensive line first. So it'd probably Jones, Campbell, Bell, Berry, Hightower, and do the linebacker last. If you could debate it either way. Actually, my thoughts are just jumping around as I say that and look at the poll and the players. I'd love to have all 5 of them actually come up to Detroit in free agency. Not going to happen, but it is what it is. All right, so with that being done, free agency, if you're becoming a free agent, it normally means you've been in the league for a little while. It normally means that you're getting up there in years a little bit. It normally means you're a veteran. You've got some age on you and things of that nature. NBC Sports, they ran a thing this week. Oldest players in each of the major sports, pretty much, and then some of the older athletes in different events. And it was very interesting. There's been this talk about how long is Tom Brady going to play. He says he wants to play into his mid-40s. His wife says she'd like him to retire now. Drew Brees says he thinks he's going to play 3 or 4 more years. He's right about 40 years old as well. Tom Brady's right about 39, I believe. You got baseball players that play into their 40s sometimes. So this was something that was fun to see. It's a little video with some stats, and it's almost a quiz format the way they put it out there. It's on our Facebook page if you want to check it out, Real Deal Sports Talk with KP. And remember, anytime you want to get in there on the text line, 720-515-5597. Follow us on Facebook, Real Deal Sports Talk with KP. We're on Twitter, Real Deal KVP, and our new Google Plus community, Real Deal Sports Talk with KP, where you can feel free to sound off on anything and everything to do with sports. So NBC Sports has this out. Oldest player in each thing. NHL, the oldest player, active player right now is Jaromir Jagr, 45 years old. Jagr's been playing for a long time. I believe at one point he did step away from the NHL and then came back. And he is playing this year from what I understand as well, because these are supposed to be active players. Oldest Major League Baseball player, Bartolo Colon. He's 43. He is currently on the Atlanta Braves spring training roster. We'll see if he makes the club come the start of the season. And he had a good year last year for the Mets. I mean, he's still dealing. He's still, he's outsmarting guys. He's not overpowering them with any of his stuff, but he's a smart pitcher. Oldest NBA player right now, Vince Carter. He's 40 years old. This very well could be Vince's last year, unless he is able to get with maybe a contender next year and chase a ring. NFL, Adam Vinatieri. He is 44 years old. Boy, my handwriting's horrible. It looks like I wrote he's 94 years old. He's 44 years old, and the way he's kicking, he could, at this point, kick till he's 50, unless he doesn't want to. Oldest NASCAR. This one caught me off guard because, I always thought of him kind of as a younger guy, but that just goes to show how time has gone by so fast. Matt Kenseth is 44 years old. He's the oldest NASCAR driver currently. The oldest person on the ATP, that's the tennis run, is 38. Radek Demick. Sorry, I can't pronounce some of these names. And then this year at the 2016, the oldest Olympian was Oksana Chukvik-Tina, and she was 41. She was a gymnast. So it just goes to show, guys, age ain't nothing but a number. If you're healthy, if you're competing at the top of your game, let you be 20, let you be 30, let you be 40. If you're doing your thing, go out there and do it. Enjoy yourself. Sports is love. Let's bring it together. Let's all get in. Let's huddle up. Let's get the hands in. Let's get chanting. Let's get rowdy. Let's enjoy Sunday. Enjoy the All-Star game tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting the show. Thank you for hitting up the GoFundMe page, the Twitter page, the Facebook page, the Google Plus community, and the text line. It's all love. It's all real. And until next time, you guys know how we do. Just be real.